This morning, terror in Bondi. Australia wakes to the horrific shooting near a Jewish gathering at our most famous beach.
An act of evil anti-Semitism, terrorism that has struck the heart of our nation.
At least 12 people dead, including a gunman, dozens more injured after our worst mass shooting since Port Arthur.
I listen, boom, boom, I catch it. Running, go up.
I'm desperate, I don't know, are they alive or not?
The incredible moment, a shooter is tackled by a hero. One of the gunmen is dead and the other is in custody in a critical condition.
In all of this evil, in all of this sadness, there are still wonderful, brave Australians that are prepared to risk their lives to help a complete stranger.
And state, national and world leaders condemn the attack and offer support to Australia.
Hello and good morning to you. It is Monday the 15th of December. I'm James Glenday.
And I'm Kathryn Robinson, coming to you from the land of the Gadigal people. You're watching News Breakfast.
Australia is in mourning today in the wake of the country's worst mass shooting since the Port Arthur massacre. At about 6:45 last night on the footbridge just behind us here at Bondi Beach, two men opened fire into a crowd. The gunshots sent hundreds of people running for their lives, many forced to shelter in the apartments, buildings, bars, cafes around this area.
And James and I will be staying here for the remainder of the program today, keeping you updated and bringing you voices, different voices on what the evil that transpired here yesterday afternoon at Bondi Beach. But for now, let's head back to the studio in Melbourne to Bridget.
Thanks very much, Kath. And James, of course, you're probably feeling like so many of us, shock and distress at what's happened in Bondi just yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. And we want to tell you that if you need information or support, you can contact Beyond Blue on 1300 22 4636 as well. Of course, members of the Jewish Australian community will be feeling particular distress and trauma right now. And
OK, let's go now back to James and Kathryn, who are in Bondi, where no doubt this is all still sinking in for so many people who were at the beach when this horrific events unfolded.
Yeah, it really is, Em. And as Bondi wakes up, we've only had dawn for the last 15 minutes or so. I'm just looking around here. We are flanked by news cameras, but there are some residents that are coming down. Some are hugging each other. It's still very sparse, but people are definitely starting to wake up to come down and take a look at what happened here. Obviously, we will be here for the remainder of the morning and this special edition of News Breakfast. But Em and Bridget are, of course, with us as well in the studio in Melbourne. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kath. Yes, Australians waking up to this awful news. 12 people killed. We know one of those. A gunman, 2 police officers also have undergone surgery, so that's new this morning. We'll try and bring you as many updates as we can about those who've been injured as well. Many of those taken to St Vincent's Hospital. We heard earlier from our reporter Max Tillman that it is a very sombre and quiet scene there at the hospital. And, just so many people go to Bondi, international visitors as well, Emma. It's such an international gathering place for people from around the world.
So many of us are saying, how on earth could this have happened? We never thought we'd see a terrorist attack like this in Australia. So authorities are continuing to investigate and we will continue to bring all those as they can.
Yes, and we'll continue to bring you action from around the globe because this has shocked millions of people around the world who are also mourning alongside Australians this morning. So we'll have plenty more coverage. Let's bring back James and Kathryn now in Bondi. What's the mood like there this morning? Are there many people about this morning? We imagine there'll be a lot of people just wanting to stay in their homes in the area, Kath.
Yeah, I think you've got that right. Bridge. Bondi is slowly coming to light. We've had light probably for the last 45 minutes. Looking beyond the camera that we're looking into is a pretty busy intersection of Bondi, but we are flanked by other TV crews. We've got police here as well. And there's a few people coming to light. I'm watching a couple hugging each other right now. there's not many of them there, but what we're seeing so far, it's fairly sombre as we wake up here after the tragedy that unfolded at Bondi Beach yesterday.
Yeah, and we just want to bring you an update, if you are just joining us, about exactly what has happened. It did occur at about 6:45 last night. Two men opened fire on that footbridge behind us, firing into a Jewish event. As we go to air, 12 people are dead, including one of the gunmen. A second shooter is in custody. And of course, the shooting caused widespread panic. Hundreds of people ran up the beach for their lives. They ran from here into some of the bars and the cafes and the apartments to seek shelter as well. It was a really horrific scene, and you can see it is still essentially frozen in time because it is now a crime scene, and forensics investigators are combing through looking for any clues, any evidence at all. Kathryn and I are going to be here throughout the morning. Now, though, we want to take you back to the News Breakfast studio where Emma and Bridget are standing by.
Thanks, James and Kathryn. Well, the toll, as we've heard from a terrorist shooting attack near a Jewish gathering at Sydney's Bondi Beach, has risen now to 16, including a child. About 38 others have been injured after two gunmen opened fire at people gathered at the beach for the first night of the Jewish festival Hanukkah. I think it's also really important to seek out trusted sources as well.
Yes.
We've got verified information because we know now with the rise of misinformation and AI, you might be seeing videos or commentators with information that hasn't been checked or verified, and that can be distressing as well. Of course, if you need information, as we mentioned, or support, you can contact Beyond Blue. We'll bring that number for you now, 1300 22 4636. We also mentioned Lifeline, which is 131114. So Anala and Johns, I know so many people alongside yourselves, just millions of Australians, people around the world are just struggling to cope with this news this morning. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks for coming in this morning. Look, as we mentioned, there is help available. We really urge you to seek that out. A lot of workplaces have help available to you as well. So if you're feeling distressed, make sure you speak to someone, because this is something that we're going to be talking about, unfortunately, for quite some time ahead as police uncover more in their investigation. Okay.
This morning, terror in Bondi. Australia wakes to the horrific shooting near a Jewish gathering at our most famous beach.
An act of evil anti-Semitism, terrorism that has struck the heart of our nation.
16 people are dead and more than 36 injured in our worst mass shooting since Port Arthur.
Some of those people are critically injured and some of those people are very seriously injured. So we hope and pray that those people get through the next few hours and days ahead.
This morning we'll bring you the incredible moment. A shooter is tackled by a hero. One of the gunmen is dead and the other is in custody in a critical condition.
In all of this evil, in all of this sadness, there are still wonderful, brave Australians that are prepared to risk their lives to help a complete stranger.
Jewish communities from across the world mourn the victims as world leaders condemn the attack.
And that was an anti-Semitic attack, obviously. And I just want to pay my respects to everybody.
A very warm welcome back to this special edition of News Breakfast, live from Bondi Beach, the scene of Australia's worst mass shooting since the Port Arthur massacre. This morning, we've learned that the death toll from this terrorist attack has now risen to 16. Among the dead is a 10-year-old girl. 14 people died at the scene.
Alex, it's beyond words, you're right, and we are so sorry
Thank you.
for the loss in your community.
Thank you so much.
And we'll stay in touch with you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah, it's just heartbreaking. Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. We just want to recap. 16 people have died in total, 15 innocent lives lost in this terrorist attack here at Bondi Beach. One of the gunmen is also dead. The other is in a critical condition in hospital. We know that the two men that carried this out are a father and a son. We heard that from New South Wales Police. And they were using legal guns. There were 6 gun licences and those weapons were here on the scene. We'll be back in just a moment. This morning, terrorism in Bondi. Australia wakes to the horrific shooting near a Jewish gathering at our most famous beach. 15 people are dead and dozens more injured.
That is associated with joy, associated with families gathering, associated with celebrations. And it is forever tarnished by what has occurred.
Police confirm the gunmen behind the attack are a father and son as a massive investigation ramps up.
We want to get to the bottom of this. We want to understand the motives behind it, and we certainly want to understand the actions that have happened.
And Jewish communities across the globe mourn the victims as world leaders condemn the attacks. Hello and a very warm welcome back to this special edition of News Breakfast, live from Bondi Beach in the aftermath of the worst mass shooting this nation has seen since the Port Arthur atrocity. If you're watching us on ABC TV, we are now live right across the country. We're also live on the ABC News channel. Audrey, thank you so much for joining us on this difficult day. We appreciate your time. Now we're going to head back to the News Breakfast studio for the rest of the day's news.
Thank you, James and Kathryn. We're going to give you the latest on what has happened in Bondi and the toll from the terrorist shooting attack near a Jewish gathering at Sydney's Bondi Beach has risen to 15, with one of the shooters also dead. Josh Burns, thank you so much for coming in on this really, really awful day. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. We really appreciate your thoughts, and it's time now to go back to James and Kathryn, who join us from Bondi, covering this awful, awful incident there.
Bridget, thank you. You can probably hear the choppers above. They've been up for probably the last 15, 20 minutes as Bondi wakes up to what has been an utter devastation and tragedy. We have people here lining the streets that are coming down to see what's happening. And we acknowledge very much, though, James, that the pictures and the images that so many of us have now seen over the last 12 hours are harrowing. They're hard to... much larger arms than would have been used in the past wrapped around that community.
Yeah, a lot of people have questions this morning. How could this happen? How could this man have had gun licences? All of those things. What to do about anti-Semitism in Australia? But the strong message from people here is please be kind to one another. Don't forget the people who have died and also the people who have been injured and left behind, because this is going to leave a lasting mark on this beautiful and iconic part of Australia. Please stay with us. Jeremy Fernandez and Gemma Vanessa are going to be along with all the day's news. I hope you'll join us at the same time tomorrow. Thanks very much for your company this morning. Please stay safe.